Hello friends, in this tutorial we will learn how to build a Docker-Jenkins CI/CD pipeline for a Python app. And having the code of our app, with this command, we now need to create the Docker file to create a container for the app. And this is the Docker file. Then we will build the image with this command, creating the Jenkins file. This Jenkins file defines and automates CI/CD, continuous integrations, and continuous deployment pipeline for a Python application using Jenkins and Docker. Let's break down each stage. Setup is just the pipeline starts by defining two important variables: the application name, which is hello world, and the Docker Hub account ID, which is my username, and then the clone stage. In the clone stage, this stage fetches the latest code from your source control like GitHub and automatically knows which repository to clone based on your GitHub configuration. We will see the pipeline configuration on Jenkins in the next step. And the build stage. In this stage, we need to create a Docker image of our application. The image is tagged with both the Docker Hub account and the unique build number, which is pink here. For example, it could be my username and then the name of the application, and this might be a random number. And the push stage. In this stage, we have to push the Docker image to Docker Hub, and we push two versions, one with the builder number and one tagged as the latest. Using Docker Hub credential stored in the pipeline, we will set up the pipeline and the credential in the next step. And deploy stage deploys application by running the Docker container, and you can see the container will which ports will use. And this Docker container runs in detached mode. The cleaning stage. This removes the latest tagged image to save the space, and the -f flag forces removal even if the image is being used. Now we have to set up the Jenkins credential. Click on Manage Jenkins, and then in the security section we have the credentials, configuration credentials, and here we can add a new credential, kind, user, and password. For example, here add credentials, and the kind is user and password, and also the username, the Docker Hub username, and the password. Type your Docker Hub password, and in the ID type Docker Hub, because we have an ID in our pipeline which is here. Be careful because it must to be the same. It must be the same as in here in this part, in the credential ID. And then let's continue with the configuration. And you will create the new credentials. You can add a description if you want, and move on to creating a Jenkins job. We come to here, select new item, type a name for your pipeline test, and then choose the pipeline option. In this part, we have to be more focused in the trigger part. You can add a description of your pipeline here, but in the build triggers, to create a trigger when there are changes in our GitHub repo, in this repo, we need to create a pull SCM and in schedule type 5 asterisk with spaces in between. This will pull our GitHub repo every minute to check if there are any changes. And this is mostly too quick for any project, but we are just testing it. And also you need to add here, you have to define the pipeline from SCM, and the type is Git, and you have to enter your GitHub repo. In this case, and this is my GitHub repo, is public, and you can copy here the link and just fill it here. Also, you have to set up the credentials. We did in one step before, and that's it. We just have to save our configuration, and now we have to execute our code. I hope this video help you, and thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in another video.